Are you tired of bad barbecue? Have you tried every method available just to get the same disappointing results time and time again? And you want to know, how do I make that perfect pulled pork butt? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to show you. Put Sage on it barbecue. I'm Sage. Let's do it. Okay guys, what I got here is it's called a picnic roast. It's basically when you don't want to cook a whole pork butt. So this is just basically one cut in half. It's still bone in, I believe. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of olive oil here. I'm just going to give it a little coat. Nothing extreme, just to get a little bit of a binder on there. And this thing has a very nice fat coat on it, as you can see. It's very covered here on one side. It's a good 1/8 inch anyway, but it's fully covered. And today I'm going to try this for the first time, some of this Killer Hogs barbecue rub here. So I'm just going to take that, and we're basically just going to go right in the pan here. Now I'm just going to coat that as evenly as I can. Again, trying to kind of do this one-handed, but it is what it is. Make sure you get down the sides. So I'm going to try something a little bit different today. I know I say that a lot, but I guess it's my goal to continue to do things a little bit different. So again, just keep flipping that over. It's not going to bind real well on this coating of fat. Again, that is a solid sheath of fat, but I'm not worried about that. I'm still getting a good coat there. And again, it's a little awkward, but I'm managing here. So you may notice I got a cast iron skillet out here. So now that I got that done, got a decent coat on that, I'm just going to put a little bit of the sear on this, so stay tuned and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so put a little canola oil in a cast iron skillet. We got our half picnic roast rubbed down. Now we're just going to start searing it. That smoke is starting to rise from the pan, so that's a good sign. That's good and hot. You can put your hand over it, just be careful. So you can feel the heat coming off. A good medium-high heat. That's what you want to hear. So we're just basically going to probably 20-30 seconds aside, not too much. Now, I know we've got a rub on it. We're basically searing that rub on. And we're not going to burn that rub. We're just going to caramelize it on. And I don't want to hear any nonsense about us searing the outside of that and smoke not being able to get in when we start to smoke the meat. Trust me, I was raised in the 80s. My mom smoked Pall Malls and Marlboros, and that smoke permeated to my soul. So don't worry, that smoke will get in there. So 20 seconds aside, I'll show you guys what it looks like when we get done. Okay guys, so I just gave that a little sear. Look how beautiful that is. So again, you know, just kind of keep an eye on it. Get it kind of as brown as you want to. So we just kind of essentially seared that rub on there just a little bit. Gave it a little bit of color. So now we're going to go to the next step. Okay guys, we got this beautiful picnic roast here. Now we're going to take a little Coca-Cola. I've just poured it in a cup here. I'm going to do a little marinade injection. Told you guys we were going to do something cool today. Okay, we'll just draw that in. right down into the belly of the mussel. And this is one of those things, I mean, you can do it as much as you want, as little or as much as you want. That's up to you. Goes in pretty easy, not much problem. And again, this is one of those things you could do this till the cows came home if you wanted to. But again, that's your decision. I'm not going to go hog wild with it. No pun intended. Just enough to get a little bit of flavor. There we go. Alright, so we got our Coca-Cola injected. Now, again, I've seared that rub on there. I'm probably going to go over the top of that again, right? Just to get a little more of that rub on top. And then I'm going to put it on the barrel smoker. And with this one, I'm going to try to keep the temperature pretty consistent, you know, around 225 to 250, low and slow. It's already dark outside, not going to kid you, so I'll probably be cooking into the night, but this had to be cooked today, so here we are. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay guys, I've decided to switch over to the propane smoker. It's pouring the rain out here, so I got Bryce here with me. Bryce, say hello.
Hello.
So we're just hanging out here on the porch in the pouring rain. But we're going to get this thing done tonight. We're just going to let it cook. Again, the propane smoker, a little bit easier to handle in these kind of conditions. And I want to get a good bit of smoke on it. So even though I'm using wood chips, I'm wrapping them in aluminum foil to keep that wood from burning up as fast. So I want to try to get a good smoke ring on this. Again, it's got that sear on the outside of it. So it's got seasoning seared into it, a little more put on top. And I'm going to go with a no wrap. I want to get as much bark as I possibly can. So I want to get that on the smoker now. So I'll see you soon. Okay guys, just wanted to mention real quick, I got that on the smoker. It's rolling about 250. I definitely put that fat cap down so that good 1/8 inch, probably a little better of, you know, it's just solid, inedible fat. I'm not going to kid you. It's not that intramuscular fat. This is a solid, hard sheath, no breaks. But that's going to work good to really protect that meat. So I got that on the bottom. And again, I wrap the wood chips in foil, at least on one side of the chip pan. I've actually got two in there. One I just poured full of wood chips. So again, I really want to hit this heavy with smoke because, you know, I did sear that and I want that smoke to still get some good penetration. Again, you know, you can over smoke something, so you got to be careful with that. So at least in these first few critical hours before that bark really starts to form, that's when I want to hit it heavy with smoke and get as much penetration as I can. You know, after a couple hours, I can back off the wood chips a little bit and just kind of coast on in from there. But again, I switched over to the propane. Going to be a lot easier for this kind of weather. So we'll check back in. It's about 9:30 now. I'll probably let it roll for, you know, probably a couple hours before we kind of take a peek at it. Okay guys, it's been about 2 hours. So let's see. Yeah, we're rolling about 225. So give me just a second. I'm going to pop this open here. Sorry for the darkness. It's dark out. Just going to take a look. Kind of what it's looking like. Oh yeah, so you can see. Starting to get some pretty colors to it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, and again, sorry it's so dark, but I'm gonna spray it down. Just gonna give it a little water spritz here. And of course my water sprayer is turned off. Why wouldn't it be? There we go. Just gonna moisturize it. Again, I know it's super dark, so you can't really see. I'm really trying to hold the flashlight with my armpit. Just gonna spray it down. Just want to keep that meat moist. All right, we're gonna close it back up. Check on it in a little bit. So this is one of the tough ones, guys. Sometimes you just kind of got to do what you got to do. So like I said, it is just pouring the rain out here. I do have the smoker kind of under the steps, so it's not getting totally wet. So it helps to keep that temperature up a little bit. But man, it's gonna be a long night, so I'm tempted to take a nap, but you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff, so I probably won't. So I'll, let it go another hour, hour and a half probably. Then I'll probably start to probe it and just kind of see what's going on. See you shortly. Okay, hello friends. It's been about another 2 hours. It's about 1:30 in the morning. So I did take a nap, as I talked about. So I came back out to kind of check the smoker, and the temperature dropped down to about 200, and that's kind of what I was talking about why taking a nap is dangerous. Now 200 is okay. Obviously much worse things could have happened. This could have had a fire, a flare-up. I could have came out and it was 400 degrees. 200's doable. Definitely not going to hurt anything. But, I would have liked it to have been about 225 when I came out. But anyway, like I said, another couple hours. Sorry again that it's dark. But I'm just going to open this up here and just kind of have a look. Okay. Looking really good. Beautiful, beautiful. And you guys saw me spray that earlier. I kind of wish I wouldn't have, to be honest. It's okay, but I wanted that bark to set up a little more. Give me just a second. So I'm going to probe this. And just kind of get an idea. So yeah, I'm still getting some resistance there, but we'll see where we're at. Oh yeah, 143. This still has a ways to go. Oh yeah, 142, 143. So I'm going to close this back up. I'm going to turn the temperature up just a little bit. So I'm going to keep letting it cook. But otherwise, looking really good. So I'm not going to spray it again. Again, I want to let that bark build a little bit. I'll maybe put a few more wood chips in. Then I'm going to let it go and check on it again. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. What is it, my son? What have you done? My barbecue wasn't getting done fast enough, so I crutched it. I wrapped it in foil. You did what? This is serious, my son. I know. What am I going to do? Ask your Heavenly Father for forgiveness, son. And you're going to have to tell people on the channel what you did. Okay, I will. Thank you, Father. Okay, guys. So I crutched it. I had a little issue with the propane smoker last night, and I've done some research. A lot of people have issues with these things. It can even be the tank that you buy at Lowe's that you hook to it. Those have kind of a governor inside of them that sometimes gets triggered. Anyway, I followed all the troubleshooting stuff, but the temperature on the smoker dropped to 200 degrees. I could not get it above that. And again, I started this thing at like 9:30 in the morning. At 5 o'clock this morning, the internal temperature of the meat was 160. So that's perfect to wrap. So I just figured, what the heck? Let's go ahead and wrap it. I brought it in. I'm finishing it in the oven, which you can totally do after, if you're going to wrap anyway, it doesn't get any more smoke after that. So just wanted to confess. But the odd part, the very odd part, it is now the next day. It is right now about 12:30, I believe, the next day. And again, I put this on at 9:30 last night. Cooked it from 9:30 p.m. to 5 o'clock a.m. on the smoker. Brought it in, put it in the oven. It's now 12:30, and it is still not done. I started the oven out at like 225, then I bumped it to 250, but again, still cooking. The temperature is rising, but very slow. It's up to about 190. I want to get it to about 203. So we're hanging in there. So I'll keep you posted. Okay, guys. This has actually cooled off for a few minutes, but it was reading about 202 a little bit earlier, just a few minutes ago when I got it out. It's 200 now. Just wanted to unwrap it to show you there. But anyway, it feels tender. So don't always go by number, go by feel. When I put that probe in, it was just super tender, just no resistance. So now I'm going to let this rest about 30 minutes, not too long. Then I'm just going to shred it up and take a look at it. Alright guys, I've let this rest about 30 minutes. Again, a super long cook. I have to say, I am very pleased with the bark on this, even after being in the oven. Yeah, it softened it up a little bit, but wow. Just beautiful, beautiful bark. So, I'm just going to take a look at it. Just kind of see what it looks like on the inside. Well, there you go. That's how you know. This is just smells wonderful. I got these from my mama. Shout out to my mama. Got them for Christmas. Wow. So you see, it just pulls right apart there. Oh my goodness. Wow. There's the other bone. Oh my goodness. I cannot tell you what that smells like. Wow. And this is my first time using these claws. I gotta say, I really like them. And I'm just kind of shredding this a little here. Just right in the pan. Not going to go crazy. I can finish this later. And again, I'm not going to forget about that, that piece of fat that was a layer between, the meat itself and the bottom of the smoker that I talked about earlier. So I'll take that right off. Because, that's just an inedible piece of fat there on the bottom. But this meat itself, so tender, so moist. I'm going to try to give you a look at that. Give me just a second. So you can get a look at it, guys, there. And just see how moist. You see the moisture inside of that. Beautiful, beautiful. And again, that bark was just gorgeous. I couldn't be happier. You can see the smoke. Here's what I'm talking about. You see that smoke penetration. So searing that meat didn't hurt that a bit. So go on and try that. You see the depth of penetration there on that smoke. All right, we're going to take a bite. All right, so we're going to take a bite here. Again, we're getting that bark. We're getting that smoke depth. We're getting that moisture. This is a big piece. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. And again, that moisture inside, that Coca-Cola that we injected in. That is phenomenal. Wow. You have to try this. So good. It's just delicious. Absolutely so tender. So tender. And again, it's probably the best bark I've gotten for quite a while. Oh man. That may be one of the best pork butts I've made ever. It's so good. I wish you could try that. So try that. Follow the recipe step by step. And again, stuff happens. Once it gets to 165, it's your decision. You can wrap it, you can not wrap it, you can finish it on the smoker, you can finish it in the oven. You know, do your thing. But it's absolutely delicious. Thank you for joining me again today. Again, I'm Sage. Put Sage on a barbecue. If you've had a little fun here, please support the channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We'll do it again next time. Thank you.